It would help if I unmute myself, wouldn't it? Hello. Oh, hi, Zion. You beat me here. How are you? Did I remember my water? Okay. Ooh. I'm sleepy, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is why I prefer to stream before I eat dinner, because then I just get really sleepy. Oh, but if I take a nap, I won't sleep tonight. I'm good that my legs are sore. What'd you do? Were you like at the gym or something? Or like hiking or... I am good. Just sleepy as always. Procrastinating as always. Which I keep telling myself I'm not going to do, but I don't know. This month kind of got away from me. So I realized next week is Thanksgiving, and that's kind of crazy. So I'm trying not to think about it because all the things I got to do before then. Yeah, yesterday was first leg day in a few weeks. I am so out of my regular exercise schedule that I know the next time I do it, I'm just going to be a blob for probably like a week. I bought a walking pad because the theory was I could multitask. That has not worked out. I can't really walk and do anything else because it kind of makes my eyes hurt. So, like, I was hoping that would make it easier for me to exercise on the days that I'm not doing a planned type of exercise. But, yeah, is not working out. So I will worry about that next week when I am having a little bit of a break from work. So, but yeah, I know it's always hard to get back into it. So, okay, I already forgot everything that happened. The last time I played this, which wasn't that long ago, it was like, what, Saturday or something? But I've already forgotten most of what happened, so I'm going to try to remember and try to get through. I think this part 2 is like maybe another hour. I don't know. I always try to look it up on YouTube first because I want to know how long I'm in for. But yeah, I think it's like another hour, which means we might go into part 3. Probably won't finish part 3. But yeah, I would like to play something else. So we'll see. I just really want to finish the main quest. Plan, I like it. Yeah. I am so like, okay, I am a little bit neurotic about planning. Like, I am such a planner type, but that's completely fallen apart over the last like 3-4 months, which is kind of my own fault. But I keep trying to get back on a plan, back on track. Like, I have a Notion planner. I live off of Notion, all this stuff.
Word of advice,
I don't know.
Don't break the law.
Yes, you're gonna talk while I talk.
Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I
don't
just
break the law.
Fell off the wagon, so to speak, and haven't been able to get back on my normal plans. I'm very much someone who operates on plans. So I do a lot better when I plan stuff out. So now I need to start planning for like December. Because holidays and all sorts of stuff.
So much noise. What's going on this time?
I get it. It's hard when you break a routine and get back at. Yeah. I guess to be fair, I wasn't in too much of a routine to start with, but because I told myself I was going to be very, like, planned out for starting this kind of stuff, like new content stuff, but I just never took the time to sit down and actually figure it out. It just kind of happened, and I kept going with it. But I am not a spur of the moment type person, so I need to sit down and plan. So hopefully this coming week, because I get some time off work, I'll be able to do that. But I need to figure out, what's holiday plans going to be like, because there's a lot of family stuff and my birthday, and am I doing anything online for that? I have no idea. So I gotta figure all that out, but ugh, it just feels like a lot of work.
Hey! Where's Flint's? Is he here, or isn't he?
We would be most obliged if you would pipe down a little, dear guest. Our other guests are resting.
Yes, please. That was very aggressive.
Resting? We're all about to be done for, and you're talking about rest? Flint's is a wild hunt shapeshifter, here to deceive us all! If we don't get rid of him now, there'll be no end to this!
You better give him up. If anything happens, your business here is done for. You want that, huh?
Or are you in cahoots with him? You with the wild hunt too, huh?
What happened? Did something leak out? But we were so careful last night. How did anyone see us?
Something fishy about this.
What do you mean?
They clearly know something, why else would they be talking about a wild hunt shapeshifter? I realized the other day I always forget to read out the options.
This is so confusing! What do we do? These people are no match for Flint's, but they're super heated right now. It's not like all the unusual stuff about him will make it any easier to explain either.
Go buy some time.
Okay!
Hey! Let us in now!
My apologies. My apologies.
Hold on! Calm down, everyone!
What in Tevat is the meaning of this racket? Are you intent on depriving both the Voynich Guild and the Curatorium of Secrets of even a moment's rest? Boss, do we really have to entertain people who don't respect the rules? Call a few of your boys and have them thrown out.
And what hole did you crawl out of?
Rude.
A watering hole, of course. The one you've just disturbed. A place to get a moment's respite from all the recent unhappiness, and to escape from all this talk of the wild hunt, or strange ghosts and phantoms. Who'd have guessed people like you would come bursting in, shrieking louder than any ghoul?
This is a matter of utmost importance. We've got solid evidence. All we need now is to confront Flint's face to face. Exactly. And you sure don't look like an impartial party either, Nefer.
Oh, don't I now? How about this then, boss? Let them do their search. If they find their man, they can have their little chat. But if they don't, then they owe everyone here an apology, as well as compensation for all the racket they've caused.
Wait, it's...
All right. I suppose that's the only way. If we don't let them in now, they'll be back sooner or later. What a mess.
Oh, alright then.
Well, I'd say that sounds like an impartial proposal. What say you? Or are you suddenly unsure of yourselves?
Come on, everyone! Move it!
No sign of Flint.
But how can that be? Hasn't he always stayed here?
Done searching, are we? Guess it's time to uphold your end of the bargain, huh?
Ah!
So, Paimon, you've been waiting to ask me something, haven't you?
Yeah, how did they even find us here?
My inside man with the Lightkeepers informed me that you paid the crime scene a late-night visit. I surmise that you must have rendezvoused with Flint's and obtained some new information. Then, early this morning, a group of people gathered at the town gates, news spreading amongst them that the wild hunt could disguise itself by taking on familiar faces. Everyone started throwing out the names of possible suspects. No one seemingly was exempt. And amidst it all, Flintz's name started gaining more and more traction. I'm sure his solitary lifestyle may have played a part, but I wouldn't discount Rerir throwing fuel on the fire in secret.
So, did Flint's make his escape after hearing about this? And that's where I, Yehoda, the quick-witted, fleet-footed backbone of the curatorium, got my chance to shine. While everyone was super focused on the argument in the main hall, I, alone, noticed an opening.
I got her to climb up to a window to help Flint's out, only for her to return with nothing but a lantern.
Aw, come on, pause. I was just getting started.
We initially intended to bring Flint's back to the curatorium and wait those people out, but I never expected this to be all that was left. I imagine, though, that he wouldn't have left something that was so seemingly important to him behind.
Might he intend to come back and get it later? Maybe. I'm not sure. Well, he's out of harm's way now, so that's not super important, right?
Oh?
What Paimon means to say is, we got lots of new intel to share.
All right then. Yehoda, contact the others. We're going to need all hands on deck. Let's have this discussion over at my place.
I remember how to get there. And I guess it's already there. Oh, I thought those were chests that you could open. I thought I missed them. They were right there.
I see. So Flint's has a fragment taken from within a wild hunt anomaly.
Is he gonna be okay now that he's on his own again? Earlier, he said that the fragment had gone still, so it's probably of no use to Rerir now. In that case, Rerir shouldn't have any reason to keep pursuing him, right? So, was all that ruckus back at the flagship just an act of spite? Or what?
If I were him, I would have simply turned my attention to collecting other fragments.
A reasonable course of action. Remember what we heard back at the tavern? The actual number of wild hunt anomalies destroyed has been greater than Lightkeeper records would indicate. Some of these must have been Rerir's doing. He must have been seeking more fragments.
This much is pretty easy to understand, but why would he pretend to be Soci and put so much effort into getting the cannon up and running again? Maybe 'cause that'd be more efficient than having to clear anomalies himself?
Once mentioned that if the cannon were fired at the wild hunt, the fragments would be blasted to oblivion too.
Yeah, I'm confident that the ammo we're packing has the oomph to do that. But I am a mechanic after all. For me, test data and their conclusions speak loudest. Oh, why don't we find a few of those fragments ourselves and use Kuvaki to carry out a little experiment?
Our lab could certainly accommodate such a test.
In other words, we gotta destroy a couple of anomalies and collect fragments from them, right?
Lightkeeper operations have just about ceased following the Sergeant Major's passing. Meanwhile, the wild hunt continues to grow in scale by the day. I fear only we can keep the situation under control now.
Then we best act fast. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
A feeling we all share, I'm afraid.
The fragments, the cannon, Kuvaki, Rerir. Never gonna say that name right. And the abyss. There must be some thread linking all these factors together. Besides, is getting revenge on Flynn's truly Rerir's sole aim. I wish they would pick easier names. Oh my gosh. We're missing some decisive connection here, but we're running out of time.
There are 3 wild hunt sites that must be dealt with urgently. But I believe we have the capacity to handle it.
I'd like to investigate something on the Lightkeeper's End one more time.
Works for me. And Neffa and I will take our workshop assistants to deal with one of the sites.
The Curatorium will handle another.
And we Frostmoon Scions shall deal with the remaining one.
Paimon didn't think she'd ever get to see everyone here carrying out a plan together like this.
Never mind you. This is a first for me, too.
Let's head out then. We'll meet back up at my lab with the fragments.
If you run into Rare, do not engage him. He's grown much stronger since our last encounter.
Understood.
Wait, do we know that? How do we know that?
Time is of the essence now. Our foe could make his next move at any moment, so we must stay in contact with one another.
Gotcha! Stay safe, everyone.
Huh. Anyone seen the lantern? Has Flint's dropped by already?
Well, considering what you said earlier, you know where we're going next, right?
Why not have a teleporter? Well, would help if I go the right way.
No one's guarding this place, just like he said. But, where do we find the information he mentioned?
This way. Let's move. We're running out of time.
Ah! There you are! Okay, let's split up and make this happen. Or not! How are we supposed to read through this many files?
Yeah, this might be.
Difficult, yes, but it is also our most efficient option. To expose the true intentions of this Rereer, we need to dive into Nod Krai's history.
Okay, like every single one of them have said the name different too, so I don't care. I'm gonna say it wrong, I don't care.
Hope we don't land on our heads then. Ah! Ghost!
What's the matter?
That file suddenly moved by itself! This is a graveyard, right, Flint? Do these things just kind of happen?
Many strange things happen here, but this is not one of them.
But that file really did move by itself! Hey, come out! Don't scare Paimon like that!
I don't sense anything.
Wild Hunt Phenomenologue?
Hey! Another file's moving!
Are we being given hints? I feel no hostility. On the contrary, it seems we're being aided somehow.
Really? Hey! Seriously, another one? Okay then. Paimon will read this one.
I don't remember what we're looking for.
Phew! Finally finished. Paimon Paimon sure could use a long break from long words now. Hope she can remember it all.
The material I've read through has all been about past Wild Hunt incidents of enormous scale. What about you?
Pretty much the same here.
Paimon as well. Guess that makes 3 of us.
Whatever this is, it seems to want us to notice something. Let's bring our files together and give them another look through.
Alright. Paimon will go fetch hers. All these incidents look pretty different.
Wait. I've noticed something. Before the occurrence of these huge Wild Hunt events, a smaller scale one would erupt in the exact same location. And look. All these smaller scale Wild Hunt site reports share a common outcome.
They'd be detected, but would go inactive before any forces could be sent to deal with them. They could then be sealed directly using a tide seal stone. But why?
Was River actively clearing these sites?
Some of these records are too old. I doubt he had regained the ability to act freely yet, or we would have met long ago.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, Eva. How are you?
And here's another similarity. Kuvaki and nearby soil completely drained. Could this be important somehow?
Kuvaki and the Wild Hunt are mutually opposed forces. We Lightkeepers previously believed that these small Wild Hunt sites would temporarily go inactive due to being neutralized by the Kuvaki present in the soil. But now that we've synthesized all this data, there is a key issue this hypothesis cannot explain.
If the Wild Hunt's powers had already been neutralized, why would another large-scale Wild Hunt occur so soon after? I'm good, but man, work has me exhausted today. Oh no, I'm sorry. I kind of feel the same way mentally. I have a desk job, so I don't get like tired physically at work, but boy does it drain my brain sometimes. I just need a nap.
Indeed. Despite the name, I would not call a tide seal stone's sealing powers watertight exactly. But for it to fail and the situation to deteriorate in such short order.
Paimon feels like she's almost got it.
The Wild Hunt was not suppressed by Kuvaki, instead it became stronger. And Rarier wants to use Aino's cannon, the ammo of which is also made using Kuvaki. Could it be he can use Kuvaki? I don't know, bro. You lost me a long time ago. I'm tired.
Yes, that might be it. It could be that when Kuvaki and Abyssal energies meet, the stronger side will suppress the weaker one. And while Kuvaki can indeed destroy small-scale Wild Hunt anomalies, should Rarier be strong enough, the Kuvaki might be his for the taking instead.
Paimon kinda gets where we're going with this.
The Abyss always seeks to corrupt.
What are you referring to?
Oh, we had a real close encounter with the Abyss in Netland. It's a force that tries to taint everything. It's hard to explain in detail, but basically, your reasoning makes sense.
So Rarier also grew stronger on account of the cannon being fired.
Was there a gap between him pretending to be Sergeant Major Sosi and the cannon being fired?
There was. Aino needed to make some adjustments after we finished those repairs. Rarier, disguised as Sosi, left at that point, leaving him more than enough time to shapeshift into you, return to the Lightkeeper's office and set up the crime scene, before heading over to the cannon's target area and absorbing the Kuvaki.
It all makes sense. And all that just for the fragment I had with me. It begs the question, what makes it so special that he needs it so badly?
That's still a mystery.
That's odd. We shouldn't have any guests. I'll go take a look. Ah, it's an ibis.
It's carrying a letter! Oh, Lama must have sent it. She can speak to little animals. Let's see here.
Situation urgent. The cannon began operating shortly after we left Nasha Town and is preparing to fire. It is locked on to Star Sand Shoal. Please return to Nasha Town and assist with all haste. Lauma.
That's gotta be Rare-Ear's doing. But why is he using the cannon again? Didn't he already fire it once before?
No time for speculation. He's already made his preparations. If you recall, his body was incomplete when we last met. If this bombardment continues to increase his strength, he might regain his complete form.
A complete center.
Huh, what should we do? There's no way we're getting back to Nasha Town in time.
We'll just have to trust them.
Let's go to the cannon's target site. That's where we should find Rerir, and that's where we'll stop him. One moment. Just let me get this news to Lauma. Nasha Town is in their hands now.
Go! Fly! Not a moment to lose!
You're here, as expected.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control. But it is also thanks to you that I found a way to return.
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna go your way.
Oh, thank you, Aoife, for the subscription.
Such faith in your companions. But will the inhabitants of Nasha Town understand why they wish to stop the cannon? I think not. When all they see is the wild hunt surging up everywhere they look, the cannon must seem like their only lifeline. This is the truth I have revealed to them.
So that's why you were... oh, am I losing my voice already? So that's why you riled them all up. You were baiting them into firing the cannon.
They did this all of their own volition. The zealous worship of power leads only to annihilation of equally zealous proportions. True power does not heed the commands of the weak.
You were waiting for us to leave Nasha Town then.
Of course. I imagine the one you call Aino would have managed to stop the cannon otherwise. Shame, then, that you proved one step too slow. In their folly, the townspeople will bar the path of all who seek to stop the cannon. And your kind-hearted, weak companions have not the stomach to deal with them. The cannon will not be stopped now.
Well, sir, you look most pleased with yourself. In that case, before you put us out of our misery, I would like to ask you a question, if I may. See this fragment? It once haunted your dreams, but now it seems useless to you. What is it exactly?
That is my corpse.
Sorry, what?
My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were not extinguished. Every last fragment calls to me. Sooner or later, they shall welcome my return.
What are you even saying?
Huh. So the terror of the wild hunt was in fact caused by scattered pieces of your corpse. I guess they don't call you one of the 5 sinners for nothing.
Serendipity guided the fragments to construct an incomplete version of myself, upon which I began collecting more within wild hunt sites across the land. But each time, the fragments I obtained were hardly worth mentioning, while that which you hold in your hand was my heart.
So that's why it responded so strongly to you.
Only by retrieving this most critical piece could I gain mastery over the turbulent Kuvaki energy energies and be fully reborn.
Hence, you fired that first shot, hoping to regain enough power to seize the fragment from me.
Are you completely crazy? Weren't you afraid of dying?
Dying? Such power has no hope of killing me. It may destroy my form over and over, yet always I rebuild it. It may smash my flesh and crush my bones thousands of times and more, but that is of no consequence to me. What truly infuriates me, however, is how you've destroyed my heart. All that suffering, everything I endured, and all for nothing.
Want to go for another round, then it's going to turn out the same, you know.
I've adapted to the strength and flow of this Kuvaki. The next cannon shot will multiply my strength immeasurably. It will not be a full restoration, no. But it will be more than enough to destroy any in this world who stand in my way. Still, I suspect the Kuvaki will have rendered you down to nutrients for my consumption well before you have the time to kneel before me.
Traveler! Behind you! Look at that light!
Dang it! Who fired up the cannon without my say-so?
Its defensive barrier has also been activated, likely in anticipation of interference by malicious actors.
The air is thick with fear and anxiety. It's spooking the birds and beasts. What exactly is going on?
You're here. Looks like this was all part of Rerir's plan. Not only did he plant seeds of suspicion in people's hearts, seems he's now igniting them. Yehoda's gone in to scout out the situation. She'll be back any minute.
I'm back! I'm back! Oh, it's bad out there. Rumors flying everywhere you turn. Something about the Wild Hunt preparing to spawn a wave of monsters, the likes of which we've never seen before. But that's not even the worst of it. Lots of folks don't even believe the cannon can prevent this crisis, so they're getting ready to make a run for it. Others are trying to make a quick buck out of this whole mess.
How could they still be thinking about Mora when such a catastrophe is imminent?
Unprecedented danger brings unprecedented opportunities in its wake. A chaotic situation can bury much wrongdoing. Even those who flee without reserve put themselves at the mercy of the divine. Is it any wonder, then, that some will aim to profit? After all, a gamble that might rewrite one's entire life is hard to come by.
Even so.
Well, seeing as you disapprove of their actions so strongly, Lady Moonchanter, I suggest that you be the one to handle them. Not like that's the only major problem on our plate right now.
Affirmative. We must quell the chaos in Nasha Town as soon as possible. Also, the unexpected activation of the cannon entails a high risk of incorrect operation. This must be stopped in a timely manner.
Well, about that, people have been talking about how someone might come to stop the cannon. They've decided they won't let anyone in.
What? I made that thing! They can't just take it from me! Let me over there! What are they gonna do, stop me?
They might, if Rerir has already formulated some countermeasure. For example, he might have spread a rumor that the Wild Hunt would take your form.
Possibility high. If they view the cannon as Nasha Town's only hope, they are likely to conclude that anyone who tries to stop it must be with the Wild Hunt. We will face strong resistance, but they're just ordinary people. Brute force must be avoided, if possible.
There's no time. Let's go into the town. I'll find some way to calm the townspeople. You find a way to stop the cannon. Oh, you're back. And you have a letter? The Traveler won't make it back in time. So they're heading straight over to Star Sand Shoal instead.
Wait, what? Isn't that the cannon's target? Why would he go there?
Assessing risk level. Maximum.
So if we can't prevent the cannon from being fired...
Then he's prepared for the worst.
Then we must ensure that his trust in us is not misplaced. Let's go.
I like it when they take away my dash.
What are you waiting for?
This place is burning too!
Most of those we've met so far have been attempting to escape, so they haven't gotten in our way. But it won't be so easy from here on out. Looks like they formed groups to protect the cannon. If they believe that we're with the Wild Hunt, we'll have no choice but to force our way through.
Is that Lady Lauma? But are you really her?
It's you, Rixa. I believe you recognize this power, having lived on Hisi Island for so long. It is not something that anyone else could imitate.
I do, yes. So it really is you, my lady. But why are you here? Really, I believe you, but the others, well, they'll be on high alert.
The townspeople have been misled into believing that they needed to activate the cannon. I am here to stop them.
But...
I know what you wish to say. Our island and Nasha Town have never had close ties. There should be no reason for me to intervene. But you chose to leave the island. You had the resolve and the courage to start a new life. It is unfair, unjust, that you should be dragged into this mess just as that life was about to begin. I seek to redress this injustice, not only for you, but for everyone here who wishes to live their lives free from this chaos.
Oh, hello. Hi, Raiders. Oh, Gothghoul, hi, how are you? Thanks so much for the raid. Hold on, let me get my OBS pulled up. Oh, it wants to be running again. Alright, we're just gonna go into Twitch then. This is what happened last time. For some reason, I can't type in my own chat in OBS. See if that works. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to look into that because I have to go back into Twitch every time. Anyway. How are you? Yeah, OBS be silly all the time because every time I need to actually use it, I need to actually control something. Yeah. Thanks so much for the raid. Did you just get done with stream?
Please, have faith in our long-standing friendship, and that this is where my heart has led me.
I have a streamer bot to auto shout out the raids. Yeah, I have a lot of things I need to set up. Like, I'm doing good just to get the program to, like, run most of the time. Gotta clean my house, so short stream, yeah. I need to be doing coursework, but we're gonna sink time in this instead.
Thank you, my lady. Thank you. Please help us.
Then come. I need you to step forward alongside me, and to do your part too.
All right, I understand.
Seems we chose the right person for the job. All right, everyone. Let us meet again later.
Hosting D&D at your house this weekend? That sounds like a lot of fun. I haven't played in so long. Probably like, I don't know, maybe like 8-ish years. Been a really long time. It's like I used to play, I think we played two different campaigns, but they kind of like fell off, you know? Everybody got busy. I haven't played since then.
Huh? You're not coming with us?
We won't be able to calm this storm by our power alone. As such, I'll need to contact some, let's call them friends in high places, shall we? Let's go, Yehoda.
Okay. See you again, everyone! That is, if we can.
Remember these words. The road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
That startled me because I didn't press a button. Why did that happen?
It's you, Lady Moonchanter. It's her. Everyone, it's her.
Oh, I'm supposed to be walking. Okay.
Times like these, we must rely on ourselves.
Local Adventurers League. Is that like a tabletop? Like a tabletop thing? We have a game store here that does something like that, but I can never remember what it's called.
We won't let you pass.
Leave this to us, Lady Moonchanter. Go.
I'm supposed to go.
Lady Moonchanter, there's a child here!
It's D&D. Nice. Yeah. I would play again, but it's so hard. Like, it's just so hard to, like, coordinate schedules. So I do have some friends who play, but it's just, I don't know, can never coordinate at the same time. You're an ex-stripper paladin stater. Nice. What did I play last time? I can't remember what I played last time. I think I was a cleric. I think I was a cleric the first time and a wizard the second time. I don't know. I remember my second character because of however the points worked out. I don't remember a lot about it. However the points worked out, I knew my character knew like 13 languages, which is like my IRL dream. So that would be fun. But it's standardized so that you can play the same character over different adventures. Oh, that's nice. You don't have to worry about like making something new every time. I was never very good at coming up with the characters.
It's all right now. Go, quickly.
You wretched monsters! You're not getting anywhere near the cannon!
The monsters you fear do not exist here. The madness you have fallen to has been the source of untold disasters.
You think we had a choice?
Destiny is no excuse for greed and destruction. The choice has always been yours to make, and it remains so, even now.
Thank you for bringing us here. We can quickly overcome the barrier by going upward from over there.
Oh, that's right. I'm also like pretty much anytime I have to make a character, I'm like always the same for the most part because I'm not good at role playing. Like I'm just not. It's like I have to, for being an ex-part-time theater kid, you would think it wouldn't be that hard, but for some reason it is. And so I just have to be more like myself in those kinds of things. And so my characters are always pretty much just me, but playing a tiefling cleric right now. Grave Domain, they took it out of 2024 rules. Oh. Yeah, I've not kept up with the changes. Because, like, I think when the last time that I played, we were using the 3.5 books. Because, like, that's all I had at the time. That's all most of us had at the time. And then they started playing Pathfinder. And then, I don't know if it's, like, what, yeah, way back. Because like they hadn't, my friends who played it just hadn't like didn't want to change from 3.5 and I didn't know any different. Like I had no experience, so I was like, okay, fine by me, I don't really care. So I just bought the 3.5 books, and then after those 2 campaigns and they started up again at some point and I could never match my schedule, they switched to Pathfinder. And then I think they switched to 5e, and I was like, I don't really want to buy more books. I want to use my old books. But also just because of scheduling, it didn't matter anyway, because I couldn't do it. But I think they do 5e now.
The cannon is all yours now.
Got it. Thanks, Lauma. Enougha, give her a krankake.
Orders received and immediately deferred. Departure takes priority.
Please, everyone, listen to me. I will not deny that we hold different beliefs, but in the face of the immense threat that hangs above us all, we must persist in trusting one another. Otherwise, rifts will surely form, prized open by those who harbor ulterior motives. If your fear is born of helplessness, if you flee because you know not how to fight, then follow me, you who are lost. I am no god, but so long as we hold our candles steady and unite beneath the same moonlight, no deception or rumors can be concealed from us.
I'm thinking about picking up Pathfinder. I was told it was easier, and I think they just meant like the rules, all the rules were easier to keep track of, but I don't remember much about even 3.5, but I wasn't that confused. I just looked everything up in the book, but I think Pathfinder is supposed to be maybe just simpler.
Let us resolve then to defend ourselves and to stand firm against the false illusions by which our foe seeks to beguile us.
But then again, these are also the same people that play Magic the Gathering, which I also don't know hardly anything about. And I'm like, it's too many. Y'all want me to play a game and think. I just want to play a game and not think.
Let's go, Enougha. This way up.
Right? Oh, boy. I'm into the little thingy.
This is making me dizzier than I expected.
Adjusting route. Make ready.
Yeah, I think that would make me dizzy too.
Out of the way, small fry. What happened to the path?
Track missing. Fall imminent.
Come on, come on, come on! Get out of there!
Whoa, nice!
Preparing barrier breakthrough. Brace for impact.
With the child?
Knuckle Duckle, what are you doing here? Good luck!
We play characters I don't know how to play.
Hey-ya! Lash attack!
Ultimatum protocol.
Go claw! Chew on this! Look, the rainbow!
Insulation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
This isn't good enough, we gotta hurry!
Scanning. Kuvaki ammunition fully loaded. Preheating complete. The cannon is going through its final pre-fire checks.
Aw, alright, let's hit the emergency brake.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki. Damage assessment. Incalculable. Nasha Town likely to be blasted skyward.
Well, I guess they're lucky they have her to figure all that out.
No, I mean a manual brake, the primitive kind.
A manual brake. Understood. Roger that. We are out of time.
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Sigi sato passa sax, iti ipotuftos. Necritus necrus baptusi, que omnes tus omnos pentusi. Osesticos palatin piratur resurrecum, topia tua ition veratum.
Wasn't that good?
Well, that's not good.
That's what I just said. Sorry, I had headphones out. I'll come back if you're still live when I'm done cleaning will work. Oh, thank you. Thanks for lurking, Goth Cool. Yeah, no worries. I'm happy to be lurk and background noise and all that. That's usually how I watch.
Sluggish, torpid. This body is a disappointment. I can barely muster 10% of my original strength. You've ruined everything again.
Okay, bro, I don't even remember what y'all are supposed to be, so.
Let me guess. You didn't get a human body back, did you?
What's with him?
This is bad. His presence feels completely different now. He's even stronger than before.
Verfnir, Rhine-daughter, Flinders.
Okay, crazy.
Watch out! Whatever rationality he still had when he was searching for his body is gone. All that's left is the calamity you see before you. A monster fueled by nothing but his own obsession.
Matters not. Having a heart, being human, it's all irrelevant. Completely and utterly insignificant. You matter not. Does anything in this world. None of it matters to me!
time to die! You too have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid, how laughable that you should die for their sake.
You're wrong. The unknown is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world. You're not the only one who got stronger. Polonia!
Good night, Aoife. Get some rest. Okay.
We're safe?
It seems this young lady aided in our escape. You have my sincere gratitude, dear madam. The flowers here bloom in such peaceful silence. I imagine you would not have invited anyone here were it not an emergency.
Not a good judge of character.
Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then. In that case, I count myself fortunate to be your associate.
Columbina! What did you do that for? I studied his abilities inside out, equipped Polonia with comprehensive countermeasures. We were going to settle the score!
But he still broke through, did he not?
What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided? I just didn't expect him to have no sense of honor whatsoever. Polonia would have been fine in a head-on clash, but battles just get chaotic.
Oh, so you actually thought you could win. Have you been taking care of yourself lately? Your calculations seem to have deviated quite seriously. Perhaps you could try sleeping and rising earlier. Or you could adopt my previous recommendation and...
Hey, listen here, Columbina. I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues. There's a Fatui warrant out on your head, and don't you forget that. Don't make me fight you right here and now.
Oh, I was just a little concerned about you, that's all. Just like that time when you weren't making any progress with your research. So you went and cooped yourself up all alone.
That was none of your business! And don't you ever drag me out to one of your freaky hovels again! Come on, Polonia! We're leaving!
You aggressive. Gee.
Well, anyway, thank you.
We would have been in a tight spot without you. This was quite unexpected.
I was worried about you, too. Not only because the remains of the eternal moon goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also because you've done much for me yourselves. And then well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too. But that was as much as I could do.
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that. Please call me Flint. It is my honor to make the acquaintance of one such as yourself.
Still, what do we do now? Riri's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't seem like we can beat him.
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plans for now at least. But we still don't know what his aims are, and he may continue gathering power. So we must be very careful.
After you left, I could no longer sense his presence. That means it's safe out there for now, right?
A question, if I may, kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have a hand in that?
No.
I see. Curious.
Oh yeah, the cannon veered off course in the end, didn't it? Paimon wonders how Aino and the others are doing. Let's head back and check on them.
In that case, Miss Columbina, I shall not disturb your serenity any longer. Thank you once again for coming to the rescue.
Go now, all of you. Do not worry. My strength still isn't returning. It seems my time is running out.
Fortunately, we were able to minimize the harm. Only a few townspeople were hurt, but the Reikir of Solnari has now gained a complete form, while we still know nothing about his goals.
It seems we have done something akin to releasing a vicious Kukusaur into the wild.
That's kind of an understatement.
I'm sorry. Is no one here familiar with Kukusaurs?
Paimon knows what you mean, but that analogy seems more than slightly understated.
He said that this world means nothing to him, so it is possible that he doesn't have a reason to fight us at the moment. If his objective had been revenge alone, we would likely have no recourse.
Is there, still time for me to tender my resignation? Just kidding, just kidding. Don't worry, boss. I know there's no running now. So my cannon, my pride and joy was a hindrance rather than a help. You know what? I'm gonna dismantle it right now.
This wasn't your fault, I know, nor was it the cannons.
That's right. And it still works on normal wild hunt anomalies. Don't let this get you down, I know.
Flint, we'll need you to attend to the aftermath with the Lightkeepers. Don't worry, I've explained everything to them. You're in the clear.
My thanks. For that and for everything else I hear you did to help us arrive at the truth.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been so easy to isolate, you know.
Point taken. I will give that some thought. I suppose that's one way I'd benefit from replacing Sergeant Major Sosi.
You mean you're being promoted?
Joking.
Was Paimon the only one
Well, if you've got a moment, would you like to come with me? There's a certain gentleman I'd like to send off on his final journey. This man was like a lighthouse. Here he lived as if it were a mere matter of course, and brought light and grace to those around him. But people, once used to illumination, are apt to ignore the lantern's presence. Slowly, gradually, he came to think as such himself. I have achieved too little. I must do better. There is more work to be done. Perhaps his end was tragic. But I remain proud of the way in which he illuminated the path for others. Every shadow born of the light shall remember it.
Oh, poor guy.
I once heard the tale of a lantern fae.
I've heard that one too.
And I'd like to say the same to him. There's no need to be so fixated on the outcome.
Is that so? Well, you're right. It may seem that our efforts were in vain, that Rerir achieved his goals. But we will pursue him to the last, even if the outcome is not what we wish for. It is not dissimilar to the role of a graveyard keeper. We do not seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace.
I'm glad to hear that's how you see it.
Oh, what are you two talking about? Care to explain?
Not right now, Paimon. I'll tell you when we get back.
Okay.
Either way, the Lantern Fae is not playing the leading role in these final rites. Lightbearer, with your blood you have paved the road to glory and justice. Even as we hurry on, bruised and battered though we may be, stay a while and look back upon the world and all its love and hatred until it closes its eyes in the depths of night and a lantern lit for you alone flickers softly into life. Thank you for everything, Sergeant Major Sosi.
Hey, it's the Wanator! Should we go after her? Or do you have someone else you'd like to meet?
Optional objective. Okay. Don't know what that is. Guess I'm following the thing.
Was it not you who recommended such walkabouts to me? Yeah, but aren't you afraid the Fatui will see you? Zandrone seems uninterested in my capture, and the others are unlikely to risk making contact at all. They have more troublesome affairs to deal with.
Rarer, if I had to guess. He is a threat to all who live in Nod Krai.
Well, it's good to come out for a walk either way. So, how do you feel? Is Nasha Town to your liking? The flow of Kuvaki is somewhat turbulent, and the people are ill at ease. However? Is this where you purchased the dishes you treated me to? Are you serious? That's what she's concerned about? Berries and fried meat? Well, we can take you to grab a bite if you'd like to. There's all sorts of delicious stuff out here that you won't get to try at home. You've been quite subdued. Thorny questions on your mind, perhaps?
Concerned about Rarer.
I could not gain any insight into his schemes, I fear. Now that he has donned a shape and form, selling his power short would prove a fatal error. But that power of his plays host to an obsession that borders on mania. I cannot say if that fixation is directed at the moons or at something else. Perhaps understanding the subject of his fixation shall prove key to repelling him in the future.
Let's talk about the Fatui.
Well, Sandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, while the doctor often orders people around. As for Arlecchino, was that not what you were curious about? Well then, have you been to that experimental design bureau of theirs? That weapon will play a key role in the Tsaritsa's plan. That's what I've heard, anyway. And what plan is that precisely? Well, I cannot say I care.
I've been thinking about our spaceship.
I could look into the Eternal Moon's marrow for you if you wish it so. But after our previous attempt, I suspect your spaceship has been intentionally hidden away. Perhaps someone has certain truths they wish to hide from you, or from others. And I doubt there are many who could accomplish such a feat.
Good for now.
I still wish to return to the moon that belongs to me. That is where the answers lie buried. That is my true home.
Interesting. You followed me this far. Why not show your face?
Haha! Right, right you are. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
I was right, took about an hour to get that part.
All unclaimed articles should be turned in. So, neither of us saw anything here, right?
A whole bunch of quests just popped up. Okay, no, 2 days later. Okay, I probably have time to do part of part 3. I'm gonna assume this is several hours long too. 2 days. Kind of forgot about Varka.
Have you ever seen these stickers on my back? Do me a favor and take them off. Malazines like to play pranks sometimes.
It's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about Rarer, though. Where could he have slunk off to? If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him.
Hello? You must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flint has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry. He thinks it's time to regroup and figure out a plan.
The wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better get over there, right away! Come on, let's go!
Like, a little bit crazy how so much of this just does not stick in my head. Like, I just don't remember. So every time they say wild hunt, I think about Warcraft, because there's wild hunt in Warcraft. But I don't remember what it is here. Also probably my own fault for like only half paying attention, but always think of The Witcher. Oh, is there Wild? I know nothing about Witcher. Is it Wild Hunt? I feel like, isn't that from mythology or something? So maybe that's why it's in so many things. It's like inspiration might come from similar place. Somebody told me it was from mythology or something, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. My brain's Warcraft. Somebody talking. Compost. We're gonna ignore that for now.
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here?
Ah, everyone's here already. Hey, we made it. So, what's going on?
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence.
Well, I guess Barca got him.
That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the Crystonite itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished.
And we're sure that Rerir did this.
Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reikir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The consequences could be catastrophic.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered Rerir just after regaining his body?
I mean, yeah, that just happened.
There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and rage.
I remember it well. He was already extremely dangerous even then.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him. Oh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it. Oh, but the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere in Nod Krai, waiting for his chance to strike? Oh, even chillier.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding?
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
I mean, fair. That's fair.
That actually sounds about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time, like he had zero interest in talking to us.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Reikir of Solnari before all this. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nod Krai, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him.
That's very specific. Okay.
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. But if we want to investigate him, we have no idea where to look. Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone, oh, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in Kuvaki. Somewhere like the Eye of Krai, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rarir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki-rich ore, was it not?
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rear, what then? That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind. Didn't you say the third rule was go with the flow? I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rarir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa, let's go.
Smooth.
Any leads?
Nope, diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this. So, you guys didn't find anything either? Not loving the word either. How about you, Flints?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious, and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is, where, or what, is his next target?
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still want it, he's had plenty of chances to take it.
All we can do now is hope that Aino and Anefa turn up some leads. Darn it, Rarir. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one!
I don't think you want to do that.
Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear!
No, it's coming from Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
attacking the damselette! What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now, you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon, I will find a way.
Watch out!
Well.
That was too close.
It's like sudden ramp up.
We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's one of the 5 centers, and that probably wasn't his full strength. Again, I don't remember what the centers are.
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we arrived.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly, we had no choice but to step in.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the Moon Goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the Traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you, and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But, right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter-strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nod Krai undetected... No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehuda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still.
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah, we can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
River's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Muskutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
Running away won't solve anything. We stand and fight no matter what.
But...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now.
We'll find a way. It's our turn to help you now.
Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength.
That's why we need the moon marrow to borrow the eternal moon's power.
The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other 2. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal moon's marrow. But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those Wild Hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
Forest, protect us. Yeah, stay your hand.
Am I supposed to break out of the onslaught? Okay. Escape. Okay, am I supposed to fight him or run away from him?
Close your eyes. Beware the creatures of the night.
Oh, they just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rerear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
Okay, bro, I'm a little confused.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's help to escape! If this goes on much longer... Initiated. Preparing for dust-up.
The night cometh.
Go claw!
That will leave us, Skull. Ultimatum protocol.
Yeah, leave this place. By the Frostman of old.
Be silent. The long sleep beckons. Observe. Night falls.
Flash attack!
Forest, protect.
Preparing for dust-up. Defensive mode engaged.
Yeah, for the everlasting forest.
Close your eyes. Observe. Be silent.
Many things on the screen to avoid.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
How are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
Hi, Gothel, did you finish cleaning?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
The mouthful, yeah. For today. That's good. We're gonna have more family come from out of town this weekend, so I have to clean the whole house like tomorrow, probably. I'm too tired to do it tonight.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nod Krai, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network.
Northern Intelligence Network.
AKA, the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nod Krai, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure.
I haven't gotten this far, kind of gave up on Genshin. Oh, spoilers, yeah. I had stopped playing for a while, because, like, I don't know, they take a long time in between all the main story stuff, and I mostly just play for story. So, like, I stopped playing for a long time, and then came back to it, but I forgot everything. So I kind of want to start over. But I also kind of don't, because I'm like, no, I should just play something else, you know, not play the same thing over and over, like I tend to do.
Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nod Krai should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
My mind does not have a filter.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Amsfartnir.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nod Krai? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nod Krai is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. That's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt, and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nod Krai and Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No, still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfartnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari, Nod Krai of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nod Krai's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rerir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting?
The Iridescent Moon, the last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the Iridescent Moon's marrow?
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
That sounds dangerous.
The Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
I will go with her.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rerir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nod Krai for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nod Krai has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
Ah, she heard me. Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details, details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Nod Krai. We can't do this without the Curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Neffer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nod Krai without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is.
You mean you're...
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
I feel like I've heard Varka's VA before. Yeah, you know, he does sound familiar. Yeah, he sounds familiar. I'll have to look it up after. I feel like when I was playing the Final Fantasy remakes, I kept looking up all the voice actors because there's so much crossover with the Genshin voice actors. There was like so much unexpected crossover, and I was like, no, these people sound familiar. I've heard them before. It's because they were Genshin VAs.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
Oh, hello, Moth. Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome. Here, I have to get into my... Let me get back in my, Twitch, because I gotta reset up some stuff. Because my auto things are not working. Here we go. I'm gonna get a bot to do that for me because it doesn't work in OBS anymore. But hi, how are you?
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard. So I can't exactly say I didn't see this coming. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair?
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please? I'm begging you.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flynn's, that fragment that Rerir was after, do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you. So we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him.
This is a very long dialogue.
I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kramkake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nod Krai. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't be able to track you down.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed!
I'm guessing I have to do all three. Yep.
Lady Damselette. Wait, and you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for doing what we have to.
Huh. You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Zandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No, my lady.
Zandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
That's the version of a good mood. Okay. Zandrone incoming. Yeah, I've already met her. She's very aggressive.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What?
Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nod Krai?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nod Krai are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon.
Marionette seems lost in thought, but she doesn't look surprised. She must know more than she was letting on. I don't understand what Arlecchino has to do with Iridescent Moon's marrow, but at this point I have no choice but to go along with Columbina's plan.
Is that a no, then?
We're only doing this to stop Rerir. He's our common enemy.
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Weird little garden. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like flowers. Just flowers everywhere, I guess.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than the multi-centenarian goddess, who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment.
Or was she genuinely trying to introduce Columbina to new flavors? Maybe all that coolness is just an act and they actually get along. I don't think so.
Yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again.
Oh no, they said it wrong. They said it wrong. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm gonna be friends or anything. I mean, I think she's just mean.
Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real.
She says that, but she's the one who just caved in and agreed to help Columbina.
Guess that's our cue to leave.
Let's go. We'd better not keep Varka and the others waiting.
That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer. Huh? What do you mean? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Huh. You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapons system.
Just be careful, okay?
Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the 2nd floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party.
I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you. Come on then, Mystery here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
Oh, am I supposed to?
Lock onto target.
Okay, guess I only have one button. I mean, I can't hit all of them. Choose the most dramatic one. Yeah, I don't really care for the dramatic.
Good work, Bosco 1. Bosco 2, prepare to fire!
I was making me busy.
That's it! Keep them pinned down! Don't let them get near!
Don't make me snipe stuff. I'm not good at sniping. Must have gotten like feedback on their surveys about shooters.
Get in there and hold the line!
Every time it asks you on a game survey, a Genshin survey, where it's like, what other games do you play?
They're more tenacious than I thought.
And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna do that next time.
This is where the real fun begins. Don't worry. Once this is over, I'll put you all back together again. I promise.
Yeah, it's the real game.
Finally, the Ranger himself. Time to... Huh? Where'd he go? Uh-oh.
No, right? His design looks like Dragon Silas.
Polonia, get him! I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for...
She's not here. Where did she go?
Hey! Over here, you big...
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
Oh my gosh, is it not gonna give me a stopping point? Like ever? Usually there's one every like 5 minutes.
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past? It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
It's a long sequence. Yeah, if it told me that, I missed it. I wish it had told me, because, like, I like having breaks in between.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon Scions.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's actually kinda nice. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin?
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced Rerir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber, and also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rerir, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Yehoda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better.
Eh? Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person.
He's very naive.
Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Quit dragging me. I genuinely can't run any further.
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big in Nod Krai, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And she also did me a big favor in the past. It was back when I first arrived in Nod Krai. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki and fainted. And wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble? I've got everything you could possibly need. And the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor dredged up from the bottom of the sea?
At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Nod Krai in the near future. If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Of course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1 million mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Oh, it gave me a break, but I have to keep doing. No. Okay.
Hi, Rivier. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
Felindis. That's the same name Ririr mentioned.
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is.
Most of what's written in the diary are the mundane details of everyday life. It's clear that the author was an ordinary Conrian, or at least they were passing themselves off as one. The author's handwriting doesn't reveal anything. It's neither showy nor stiff. In fact, it doesn't really leave any particular impression.
He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits, at least in this regard.
Near the end of the diary, you notice a page with a shallow indentation along the bottom. The previous page has been torn out, for now its contents remain a mystery.
Did Rary rip it out himself?
But pen marks like these leave a trace with something like charcoal to add some color. You just need to find the right angle. When Nefer looks around, she sees a fine charcoal pencil on the desk. Before long, she has restored the missing words. Compared with the forgettable handwriting from before, these lines have been scrawled in a rougher, more haphazard way, as if the person who wrote them was in an emotional state.
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool, the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away, that it could still beat to the rhythm of love.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? The burial place of a fallen moon.
Reverie, over here.
Dane! Oh, and, Vedalfin here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
So many names that are so hard to say.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Ved?
It's nothing.
Vedalfin, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary.
and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifnir showed up today, too. You know, Daneslif's older brother.
Ah, Mr. Vedifnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He really likes his eyeliner. Yeah. I was gonna make a comment about him looking like something out of an MCR video, but he had brown hair. I was like, never mind. His hair was black. It would look like that.
He overheard Daneslif mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You could be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe you're right.
You worry too much, Revier. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me.
So, you do remember. Tell me then. What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedifnir and Daneslif, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows ever more intense. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered a gentler approach, and he never will. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Felindis, It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
See? You just need to stay positive, Revier. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain, and that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
That sounds like some toxic positivity.
You're right, Thelindis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Finster King's Guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little deeper.
Oh. Oh. That didn't look like a door. Okay.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rehir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Finster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. Khaenri'ah has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care, Rehir of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself, too. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. There are things you shouldn't know. Things you cannot know. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those who would call forth a dead moon's ghost. Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect Thelindis.
Rarier seems to be very concerned by Vedderfanir's reaction. Vedderfanir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here.
I don't think this is gonna end well. Yeah. It's not looking good.
Try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black smoke?
Maybe don't touch that. I don't know.
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rarier. You're in for it.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying. May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rarier, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because...
How strange. Rarier was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to the Lindis. Rarier couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rarier's fragment to spy directly on his memories?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that was amazing! We're not worthy. We're not worthy! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next. Feels like we barely scratched the surface.
I'm just as curious as you are, but the ceremony only allows for limited time inside. That's all we can see for now. Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay too. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one. Let's hope it's all going smoothly.
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent. I'll stay behind to lend a hand, but feel free to head back and meet up with the others.
Oh, finally. Okay. It was so long. Okay. Oh. Alright, I think I'm done for now. That was like quite a bit longer than I intended. Okay. Well, trying to think ahead. There will be people coming over this weekend on 2 days, so I will potentially finish this tomorrow, and if not, I'll have to squeeze some time on Saturday to do it because I still really want to clear these out. So I'm motivated to clear it out. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, for hanging out, and I will be back soon. Hopefully tomorrow or Saturday. Night, Scion. Thanks for coming. Okay. Well, if I can get back into OBS. Can't get out of Genshin to get back into OBS. Oh, okay. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.